Ashley from Sunderland Music Hub, and we're back with more Story Explorers. This time we've got another special guest, and it's our friend Keith Gregson.
Hello Ashley.
Hello.
Hello everybody. Yes, I'm Keith and I'm a historian and a musician. And today we're going to talk about a local legend, a man called Jack Crawford who lived over 200 years ago. And he really has a story to tell. But we're going to start off by singing a song about him.
Great idea. Right, Keith, shall we play Jackie Was a Sunderland Lad?
Yes, Jackie was a Sunderland lad. Every time it turns up in the chorus, do that. Are we right?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4. Jackie was a Sunderland lad, a Sunderland lad, a Sunderland lad. Jackie was a Sunderland lad, a Sunderland lad to see. He worked upon the keel boats, the keel boats, the keel boats. He worked upon the keel boats, upon the river Wear. Oh, Jackie was a Sunderland lad, Sunderland lad, a Sunderland lad. Jackie was a Sunderland lad, a Sunderland lad to see. He went and joined the navy, the navy, the navy. He went and joined the navy and sailed away to sea. 'Cause Jackie was a Sunderland lad, a Sunderland lad, a Sunderland lad. Jackie was a Sunderland lad, a Sunderland lad to see. He did his deed of bravery, of bravery, of bravery. He did his deed of bravery, then came back home again. Join it!
Jackie was a Sunderland lad, a Sunderland lad, a Sunderland lad. Jackie was a Sunderland lad, a Sunderland lad to see.
He came back to the keel boats, the keel boats, the keel boats. He came back to the keel boats upon the river Wear. Go!
Jackie was a Sunderland lad, a Sunderland lad, a Sunderland lad. Jackie was a Sunderland lad, a Sunderland lad to see.
He sadly died of fever, of fever, of fever. He sadly died of fever, but we think of him today. 'Cause Jackie was a Sunderland lad, a Sunderland lad, a Sunderland lad. Jackie was a Sunderland lad, a Sunderland lad. Come on, whoa!
Jackie was a Sunderland lad, a Sunderland lad, a Sunderland lad. Jackie was a Sunderland lad,
A Sunderland lad was he.
Great song, Keith. I hope you were all singing along at home too. Okay, Keith, who was Jack Crawford?
Well, I think the song told you a lot about him. He was a local man from Sunderland and he worked as a keelman on the River Wear, and the keelman used to take the coal to the big ships close to the sea. And then one day Jack decided I think he'd rather be sailing on one of the big ships at sea, so off he went to sell shields. And I've got a verse from another little song about that. Now Jack was a sailor and he left his hometown and he went to South Shields where he put his name down to sail on the Peggy, and this was his boast: I know every port on the East English coast. Raddy rye, diddle rye, raddy rye, raddy rye, diddle rye, raddy rye, raddy rye.
So, Keith, Jack moved from being a keelman to a sailor.
To being a sailor. I know a little clapping song about a sailor, and I think you do as well. Is that
I
right?
do. Do you think we should teach everybody at
I
home?
think we should do. Go on,
Okay.
let's have a
A sailor went to sea, to see what he could see, and all that he could see was the bottom of the deep blue sea.
I know another little song which goes with that. Can you sing that one again?
Absolutely,
Well,
let's
here
do
we
it.
go.
A sailor went to
the
sea,
old songs.
to
I
see
like to
what
sing
he could
the
see,
old song. I
and
like
all
to
that he
sing
could
the old song.
see was the
We
bottom
used to
of the
sing
deep blue
at
sea. So Keith, what did he do to make him so famous that he got his own statue?
Well, as we've seen so far, he was just an ordinary sailor, and then one day he joined up into the Royal Navy, and we've heard he did a deed of bravery that was mentioned in the song. Well, the deed of bravery is in another little verse from a song I sang before. And while I'm singing that verse, maybe you'd like to have a look at the statue and see what he's doing. At the height of the battle, the flag was shot down, and Admiral Duncan looked up with a frown. Nearly back, John, he shouted, and so Jack moved fast, and the flag was seen flying up high on the mast. Raddy rye, fal-de-diddle rye, raddy rye, raddy rye, you know it. Fal-de-diddle rye, raddy rye, raddy rye.
So, Jack Crawford climbed all the way up to the top of the mast to put a flag back on, out at sea. That was brave, but why was it important?
Well, you see, Jack, or John, which was his proper name, was on board the Admiral's ship. And in the battle, if the battle is being lost, the Admiral usually hauls the flag down. It tells all the other ships they've got to give up in battle. Now, this had been shot down, so there was no flag. And they were very worried that the other ships would give up in the battle. And because Jack went up and nailed the flag back, the others could see that the battle was still going on. And do you know what? We won the battle. Everybody who speaks the English language around the world knows the phrase, to nail your colours to the mast. That means to do something extremely brave. And that's used just because of Jack Crawford.
Is there anything else you want to tell us about Jack Crawford, Keith?
And we know for certain that the people of Sunderland gave him a great big medal for doing this. We know that the King invited him to London to see him and then gave him money for the rest of his life. And we know that he was invited to go down and to walk beside the coffin of Lord Nelson, the greatest sailor ever, when he died.
But is he still important today?
Yes, I think he is. The message he left behind was, if something brave needs to be done, go ahead and do it.
So Keith, would you say Jack is worth making a song and dance of?
Certainly. Well, we've had a song. How about a little dance?
Yes, please.
Okay, shall we just walk it through then, actually?
Okay.
Right, okay. And it's 1 and 2 and 1, 2, 3. A 1 and 2 and 1, 2, 3. A 1 and 2 and 1, 2, 3. A 1 and 2 and 1, 2, 3. Shall we do it with the song?
Okay.
A couple of times, right? Go! Jack Crawford's hornpipe has a little song. Jack Crawford's hornpipe makes you sing along. Jack Crawford's hornpipe has a little rhyme, and all you've got to do is tap your feet in time. Again! Jack Crawford's hornpipe has a little song. Jack Crawford's hornpipe makes you sing along. Jack Crawford's hornpipe has a little rhyme, and all you've got to do is tap your feet in time. Boop.
What a great song, Keith, and I loved the dancing as well. We hope you joined in at home too.
Yes, we hope you enjoyed Jack's story as much as we did.
Yeah, that's the end of this Story Explorers. Thank you so much, Keith, for being our Story Explorers guest.
And thank you for inviting me. Goodbye, Ashley, and goodbye, everybody.
See you soon. See you at next month's Story Explorers. Bye.
Bye.